Hey, how's it going, everyone? How's it going? Strength Equals Dropping Knowledge coming at you once again. A little bit of a message, a little bit of knowledge. Hoping everyone's having a fantastic day. If you guys can hear me, can you guys put a one? Because I'm trying out a different type of software. Hey, let me see this. Let me just read some of this though. When I start this, Frank, I'll check here if I can hear myself. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, so I know I'm live. Everyone's having a fantastic day. Okay, yeah, I can hear myself. All right, cool. No, I just checked. All right. When I started this, Frank, I'll be in the background. You already know I'm at work. Have a blessed Sunday, everyone. All right, thank you, Miss Yaya. Nice to see that you're listening in. Ill mannered, case ill mannered. Frank Ticas dropping knowledge. Hey, what's up, man? Look, I'm trying to like this new, like it's not new. I don't know if it's new. It's called Studio Live, I guess. But yeah, it's because I can't use StreamYard because I already use too much of it. Hey, what's up, the Hangman? Nice to see you. All right, cool. All right, Hangman. Okay, I guess you guys can hear me. Grewhorn, what's up? Jabberwocky, greetings. All right, very good. Okay, Hangman, I'm glad you can hear. All right, cool. That's cool. Hey, what's up, OG Smalls? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Masputo is in the house. Thank you. What's up? What's up? All right, very good, very good. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody that's subscribed to my channel, that hits a like, that watches my videos, that are watching my lives even after they've already been transmitted. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, saludos, Oakland, everything. All right, cool. That's cool. I'm glad you guys are listening in. I didn't have much of a topic. Hey, what's up? I'm Cali Big Dog. I didn't have much of a topic today, but I was checking like the Discord and someone had sent me something and it was a clipping of a video. Okay, so I do want to talk a little bit about it. I don't want to get in depth too much as to the people that are going to be on these videos. Okay, yeah, Primo's in the house. We got Oakland. Hey, what's up, Hugo Torres? Nice to see you. I think I can see how many people are on. I think it should show me, shouldn't it? Let me see. I don't know if I can see how many people are on live with this thing. So yeah, oh man, but I think I can see it here though. I can see it here. Give me a second. All right, so I think I can see how many people are live here. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not sure. 18 are watching. Okay, so 18 are watching. So I can't see it on my phone. And as a matter of fact, let me do something real quick. All right, here we go. It here though. I can see it here. Give me a second. Let me see. I think I can see how many people. Let me turn this live. The volume. How can I turn the volume down on this? So I can't see it on my phone. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but the thing is, I'm trying out this new software. It doesn't really tell me how many people are on live, but I can see your chats here. Hey, what's up, little white ferret? Nice to see you. Nice to see her, Nene. Okay, yeah, Hangman's in the house. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get through this as much as I can. Okay, you guys are gonna be able to see the chat. Hey, what's up, Helga? Nice to see you here, Helga. Hope you're having a great weekend. Last day of the weekend, right? Yeah. Okay, so I've been live. Oh, okay. I can't see how many people are on live. Good. So I do see it. I'm using Studio Live. I'm not using the regular StreamYard because StreamYard isn't going to let me go live anymore till the month is over. But I wanted to go live today, right? So I didn't have much of a topic. Okay, you guys can see the chat here, so I'm not going to be pressing it unless I get something that I think is worthwhile. I'll put it up on the screen. You guys can see the chat is going on over here. So that's a good thing about this different application, is that you guys can see the chats up here as well. And I can see yours here. And if I want to put something on the screen, I can do so. All right, very good. So I did want to watch something with you guys, okay? Because someone sent me something, and I think I'm going to share it with you guys here. So let me go ahead and share the screen. We're gonna over here. All right, so let me share this. Okay, we're gonna share this. Let me switch the screens up a little bit. Okay, here we go. That's good. I like how that looks. And I want us to listen to this. Now, this was shared with me, like this clip was shared with me today. So I just want you guys to hear it. Then we're gonna see another video, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Welcome back to another episode of the Ralph Perico Rocha Debrief. Ralph Rocha is a former Mexican mafia member. At this point in time, Ralph Rocha had just been arrested for extortion. To give you a little background, Ralph had extorted this woman's business for about $30,000 to $40,000 because her brother had stolen a car that belonged to an associate of his. Within that car was 100 pounds of product, unfortunately for the guy who stole the car. Ralph wanted his interests back, so he went to the sister's business, took a bite. She paid willingly. He got greedy and went back for a second bite. She got scared. She contacted Francis Hardiman from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Majors Bureau, and she wired up. With that evidence, they arrested Ralph Rocha for extortion. Ralph saw the writing on the wall, and he cut a deal. And he's debriefing now. He's telling everything he knows about the organization. And debriefing is telling everything. You can't tell a little bit, and you can't just tell yourself. You can't do any of those things, right? Debriefing is debriefing, and you tell everything.
All right, so I wanted us to hear that part first. So if you guys heard at the beginning of this, this particular person, his car was stolen. There was work in that car. The guy that stole the car, they found out, he found out who the family was. They went and extorted the sister, got a payment from her, got greedy, went for another payment from her. She ended up working with detectives, and then they brought him in, they arrested him, and now he's debriefing. But I want you guys to hear what debriefing means. I saw this video. These debriefers are crazy. Yeah. Yes, they are. So I want you guys to hear what is said about debriefing, okay? Now, so this is Rene Enriquez, right? So he's talking about this guy, but I want you to hear what he says about debriefing.
And went back for a second bite. She got scared. She contacted Francis Hardiman from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Majors Bureau, and she wired up. With that evidence, they arrested Ralph Rocha for extortion. Ralph saw the writing on the wall, and he cut a deal. And he's debriefing now. He's telling everything he knows about the organization. And debriefing is telling everything. You can't tell a little bit, and you can't just tell yourself. You can't do any of those things, right? Debriefing is debriefing, and you tell everything. I've shown you enough debriefs so that you know exactly what they are.
Okay. So that's really all we have to watch regarding this video. Okay, I just wanted you guys to get like sort of an idea, right? So we already heard tripping absolute balls. Okay, I don't know what's going on with you, Maynard, but okay. So basically that is what debriefing is. Now we all know what debriefing is. We all knew, I've all heard, we all understand what debriefing is. Okay, we just heard it again. There's no way to just tell on yourself. If you're going to go and you're going to tell and you're going to provide testimony and you want protection, whatever it is, from prison officials, from, the government, from law enforcement, and you need that for whatever reason, that is what debriefing entails. Okay, that's what debriefing entails. It entails you telling not just on you, but on everybody. Okay, that's what it entails. Now, I wanted to make that clear, not because, and I got to repeat this many different times. I've said it on other videos, right? I've said it on other videos, and I'm going to say it again here. There are different reasons why people don't like Joker. There are different reasons why people don't like Gunner. right? There are different reasons. One of the main reasons is that they are debriefers, right? They told on people. Okay, that is the main reason why. Okay, yes, they tell everything. Yes, that is correct. Um, Now, what they don't say is, or what they always try to deny, especially Joker, what he always tries to deny is how much he told or on how many people he told. And he always says that, yes, he told on himself, but not on anyone else. When the writing, is very clear. Okay, there is writing that says that he incriminated himself as well as the members of the Mexican mafia. We already know that. We understand who they are. We know that this guy that we just saw, the video that we just saw right now, okay, it's about a guy named Perico and who's telling the story like he was part of the mafia. Rene Enriquez was also a part of the mafia, and we already know their stories, right? So we know what's going on. So once again, what we saw was the definition by Rene Enriquez of what debriefing is. Okay, we saw that already. Okay. But now I want us to see another video. Okay, and I'm going to share that screen with you guys as well. Give me 1 second. Now, this is Joker, right? This is Joker, and we're going to let him tell it. Okay. Starting from here. We don't need to watch the whole video because I'm not really too concerned about this in particular. I want us to point out the differences between the definition we already know about debriefing, what Joker says about debriefing, and then I want us to get into the importance of it, whether there is an importance or not. And what I was going to say is, once again, my problem with Joker and Skittles isn't necessarily whether they debriefed or not. But I know that a lot of it comes from them saying the shit that they said about other content creators, about their statuses, just to come to find out that these fools did that or worse. So this is what Dub said about his paperwork.
Everybody that was personally involved in my life, the legend that I was directly under, other ones that were involved, soldados that were involved, they know. And our business, that issue is our business and belongs in prison. I have never, ever told on anybody. Did I incriminate myself? Yes. And that's as far as it's going to go. Because the full story, I feel, is not... I want to be very respectful to the people that I once did a lot with. And I see that old fart, again, is talking about what kind of cloth I'm cut off. Fool, you got level 2 points. You better knock it off. Look at them 128s. You know, just do the math. I paroled with over 100 points. All these dudes that woof and have the most to say, their resume is complete shit. Nobody can ever say Dubs told on them. Not nobody that did anything with Dubs. Not anybody that Dubs did anything for. They don't ever talk bad about me. It's all these dudes that locked it up in cop cars, weren't shit behind the walls, and got scared to death, or they ran up a dope debt, straight cowards, and PC'd up. Dubs don't fit in none of those categories at all. Or a dude who tucked his tail and licked his fucking pussy and sat on a motherfucking 50-50 yard. No, I whacked a motherfucker when they put me on a 50-50 yard. We were the very first bus.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, Joker. What is a 128? It's like when they file a crime against you, but you're locked up. That's a 128. It's when they put charges on you. Okay. What's up, the term? What's up? What's good, ill? What's good, ill? What's good, ill? Okay. Okay. I don't know if Moni's in here. If she's in here, nice to see you. Nice to of you to stop by. Let me see. So what does it say? So Mimo's here. Who's Mimo? I don't know. I don't know. All right, we're gonna continue watching this a little bit.
To Hatshepsut, and I whacked a motherfucker who was wanted. Not no sucker move. Let me go bomb on this fucking dude that ain't worth shit. But again, none of that matters, man. It's just, it cracks me up, man. My story is my story. I'm gonna let all these weenies try to rewrite my story in a way that fits them. They're gonna get 1,000, 2,000 views.
All right, well, yeah, so that's it. So you're the one rewriting your story based on what we just heard of what it is to debrief by one of the guys that co-signed your channel. Like, Boxer Enriquez went and co-signed Dubs' channel. All right. Maybe he was proud of the work that Johnny Villa did, right, for the feds. Maybe he was proud of it. Let's see. Well, let's see. I don't give two fucks about his prison shit, Joker, and skill. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way, bro. I'm the same way. But I did want to point this out because we're constantly getting different definitions of what it is to debrief by this guy, right? He constantly lies, and that's what I want us to understand as well. Part of me is that yes, they're lying pieces of shit. That's my problem with them. They're lying pieces of shit. He hit a few ankles. Yeah, let's see. Orale Primo. Yeah, I don't care about their paperwork, to be honest with you, but I do think it's important to outline just how much of a liar he is. That to me is part of the problem that I have is that they're liars. They don't need to lie, but they constantly lie. I'll just watch and say nothing. Sorry. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, little white ferret. Taking answers like a kid at Pet Cemetery. All right, so I want us to be respectful on the chat, man. Okay, just be respectful. I just wanted to Moni learn to treat a child, or are you greeting her, or why are you greeting her so friendly? I mean, why not greet people friendly? I mean, if she's opening her eyes to what's going on, bro, which she is, then if she knows that I criticize that because she knows she actually got at me because I'm one of her main criticizers, and if she still continues to come on here knowing that I criticized her, and if she's respectful, why would I have a problem with her? She's opening her eyes to what it is. She asked about me criticize her, and I told her directly that the reason why I criticize her is for all the stuff that she does. That's it. Okay. I appreciate the break. I mean, look, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do on my video, bro. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do on my live stream. And if you guys saw the title of what I put on the video and on the live stream, is I'm just gonna ramble, but I did want to come up with a couple of points. And I did want to ask just how important is the debriefing to some of you, right? And I already got your opinion, Hangman, so it's all good. I feel the same way. Let me see. Because she treats her child bad, and that's what the movement is against. That's what. Yeah, okay, but I haven't seen it lately, bro. Right? And I'm not, I haven't seen it lately. We already called it out. She knows we called it out. We continue to talk about it, obviously. Okay. But I haven't, I'm not in her life to see it. I know that she recognizes it. I know that she understands. And if she knows that, and if she understands what we do, and she still comes in here, why would I have a problem, bro? What's up? What's up? Moni. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Ramiro? Nice to see you, man. So, anyways, debriefing is bitch mate. Okay, yeah. So I think that once again, I'm not particularly concerned on what they did, but I do understand that that is exactly right. I think that if you were such a big part of something that you raised your hand to, right? Like, how are you then going to turn around and debrief and then lie about it and continue to lie about it? That's my thing about it. Is why are you lying on the reasons or on what you did? You're still lying about it. So you guys lying about what you did, you guys lying about your status, you guys lying about your scams, you guys lying about all of this. That's my problem. My overall problem is with who these men are. So my whole thing is, could they even be respected? Like, could you even respect individuals such as this? I've got nothing to say, so I keep respect. Okay, okay, yeah. So that's my issue with this. My issue with these men, and what I need for people to understand our issue, and just like what they brought up about Moni as well. Okay, our issue is with people doing shit that we wouldn't be cool with if these people were our neighbors, right? Like, I wouldn't be cool with someone that treated their child bad. I wouldn't be cool with that. Let me see. So, without proof, you say it's okay. We've seen proof that she did. No proof she doesn't do good. You just can't use her just because she turns against. No, wait a minute. So, hold on, Grewhorn. I don't know what you're getting crazy about, bro. I already said what I had to say, and I'm explaining it even more right now. Now, if you have a problem with it, that's your problem, bro. Okay, that's your problem. That's a you problem. That's not a my problem. And I'm explaining exactly what's going down. Now, if you don't like the explanation, if you don't like the reasoning, that's your opinion, bro. That's your opinion. I'm explaining exactly what it is that we do. If you had some courtesy, you would listen to it first without trying to get your word in edgewise. Okay, straight up. I treat my son bad. Okay, so we're gonna get into this. What's up, Moni? So you already know, Moni, the videos that I've put out, right? You already know how people have felt about you with your son in the car while you're out there tagging. You already know that for me and for all of us, that was a bad move and you shouldn't do it. Whether you continue doing it or not, I don't know. Now, what I have said and what I'm saying now is this, that besides the fact that you've seen those videos, you've also seen everything else that we've put out. And if you continue to see, and if you continue to watch us, and if you continue to come on, as long as you're respectful, I'm not going to have a problem with it. You already know what we're about, right? Well, I mean, but that's your opinion, though. That's your opinion. Imagine if you were to get caught up in some shit and your son is right there. Imagine if the cops would have showed up. What would you have done then? I mean, it's not cool to be out there. Buenos Aires, Frank and chat. Hey, nice to see you, man. When I started this to you, when I started this to you, when I started this to you. Okay. Let me see. Yes, you did. We all saw it. Yeah, we all saw it. We all saw it. So, that's what we're talking about here. Look, I disagree, Moni, disrespectfully. Exactly. That's how people feel. So, Moni, you may not like it, and I understand it, but you shouldn't be putting your child out there like that. If you guys are going to go do shit, do it on your own. Just don't take your son. That's basically what it is. Let's see what Taco's saying. Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, chat? I'm in work listening. All right, cool. Yeah, the hangman, I understand. I feel the same way. I respectfully disagree if you think that is not bad. Okay? That's all I got to say. I do think it's bad if you take your child out there and you're out there tagging and you're tagging with your son. I think you're putting him at risk. You're putting him at risk of them taking them away from you. That's the risk as well. He was coughing like crazy. Threw him on the bed. You were drunk. He was coughing. You don't care. Of course we saw it. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Let me see. I see your point of view. Understand the consequences of such, but that's not treatment. It's neglect, though. So it is neglect. It is something that you can consider. Maybe not like abuse or mistreatment, but neglect is also something that's not cool. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. Let me see. Okay, give me a second here. All right, let's see. Okay, so if I snitch on someone, or even worse, if I grave someone and I'm respectful, but see, now you took it way out of context, bro, because we're not talking about that. Okay, we're talking about there's a difference between having of misjudging what you're supposed to be doing as a parent. There's a big difference than what you're talking about, bro. Okay, how are you equating these things? I don't understand. If that's what you're trying to use to win your argument, well, you've got the wrong argument, because we're talking about some totally different things here. You're just trying to be a little bit dramatic, and you're trying to build up this whole different case that has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. Okay, Grewhorn, I think you're mistaken and you're off on what you're talking about, it's not even comparable, bro. I'm still being respectful to you, but I think you're taking it up a few notches to try to win your argument. What I'm saying is right now is this, and I'm even telling Moni directly, as you can see. We don't agree with the things that she's decided to do while she's with her child. I don't agree with it. A lot of us don't agree with it, but there are steps to take, and sometimes you got to learn just by facing the consequences. Let me see. Today's drama on YouTube. Pretty much. Let's see. Like they say, that part. All right. Yeah, that's right, Helga. That part. Good afternoon, Frank. Saludos. Nice to see you, the PD. We're in here. We're in here having a. Yeah, I get y'all, but you're making it sound like treating as if I'm doing something to them. All right, what's up? I'm gonna read the comments. I already let you know what I think. Mr. E.T. Frank as well, walking the dog. All right, cool. That's cool, man. That's cool. Let me see Johnny. What's John? I don't know if that's treating him bad. Setting a horrible example. Okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe not treating bad, like I said, but you're putting them in a position, you're putting your child in a position that if the cops were to show up, you would get in trouble and they could take your child away, and that's neglect. You see what I'm saying? Threw him on the bed. This bed is high as fuck, and I have to bend down to build his ass up. Okay. Here supporting, brother Tika. It's nice to see you, Popeye. Nice to see you. Okay, let's see. It's even worse. Come on now, guys. Okay, respectfully. Moni, I don't really think you understand. Blessing to your son. Okay. Yeah, Helga, I do understand you, but it goes in. I think it goes in steps. You know what I mean? First of all, we have to let this person know why we think that way, right? And if we are having this conversation, we can have this conversation, but let's listen in. And I agree with you, but I also want you guys to be able to listen and read in as well. I understand, Mini, but like I said, I'll stay quiet. It's not from my channel to question. I have a love for Frank. Good. You have okay. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys. Do you guys have a problem with my channel now? All of a sudden, little white ferret. I want to know. You guys can be honest. You know what I mean? But I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to give you my point of view the way I give my point of view. I'm not telling anybody to think the way they're going to think. I'm putting my thoughts out there once again. And if you have an opinion, your opinion is welcome. And I'm listening to everybody. I'm reading everybody's opinion. But what I don't want, and what I want you guys to understand, is that I'm not going to be bullied to submission by anyone. I will give you guys exactly what I think. And I think that sometimes people need to be told what is wrong, and then we work from there. Okay, that's how I see it. And if the person has the balls enough to come onto this space and have that conversation, hey, man, I'm going to give the respect since we're having that conversation. And if you guys don't understand that, that's your problem. It's not my problem. All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's see. Of course, I'm taking it out of context because you did. So you said, as long as they are respectful to me. Come on. You're picking apart words, bro. You're picking my words apart and you're taking shit out of context. What I'm saying is this, and you just heard me and I just said it again. If people are willing to have that conversation on my platform, I'm willing to have that conversation. But we're talking about different things here. We're talking about neglect, and then we're talking about abuse, and then we're talking about snitching and all, and we're conflating everything. And everything is separate. Everything is different. We can agree that someone punching somebody and getting into a fight and being locked up is a totally different thing than someone getting behind a wheel drunk and smashing into someone. And that's a totally different crime than what you're discussing. And that's a totally different crime than the behaviors that we're witnessing on lives. Okay, let's be concise. I'm not going to let you try to come in here and mix up and gaslight shit just because you want to win an argument, or you're trying to make this seem as though we're not being consistent with the messaging. Oh yeah, we're being consistent. But there's also a time and a place to be able to discuss everything. And sometimes it just has to be steps by step. Let me see. My son had been sick for almost a month due to his siblings passing in, but the doctors already had him on meds. So please, all right, cool. Okay. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's talk. Let's see. What's up, Oakland? What's up? What's up, Oakland? What's up, Ramiro? What's up? I'm not trying to win an argument by using your words. Well, you're using your words. You're using my words. You're twisting my words because that's not what I'm saying. You're not letting me finish or restructure the whole thought, which I already did. So I'm not going to continue talking about whatever you're talking about, bro. Straight up. Yeah, hit that like. Let's see. At least Moni ain't Skittles, right? I mean, look, man. Come on. I mean, we got to be able to differentiate, man. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Peter, you don't have to be on my side, bro. But what I'm saying is this: we also have to be able to have these conversations. Where I'm not going to stop having a conversation just because you feel a certain way, and I'm not going to not listen to someone that's the part of the conversation if they're already in here and they're already making attempts at having that conversation. I mean, I want people to read and to see themselves in the mirror. And if they have the gall to say, and if they have the strength to say, you know what, I can see that, then we can have a conversation. But I'm not just going to block someone because I already judged them. Then that's the problem. That's the problem I'm having. Because if we were to take what people thought about me, and if that would have been the ruler and I would not have moved on and grown and changed from that, then what are we talking about here? You know, the whole point of opening people's eyes is, okay, now that your eyes are open, what are the steps you're going to take towards being a better person? That's what I'm all about. That's what I'm about. And that's what my channel has always been about. It's always been about, okay, now that you're opening your eyes to something, are you willing to also listen to the advice that we can give? Because I completely agree. And I told Moni straight up right now, I didn't agree with some of your actions. And we put you on blast. And that's what we're about. But if you're willing to come here and have that conversation, I'm willing to allow that conversation to take place. I don't see what your problem is with that. Yeah, you're not welcome here, bro. Let me see. Poodle kiss her cousin. Mr. Popeye, Chimplex. All right, that's right. That's right. Saludos to everybody that's in the chat. Saludos to everybody. Orale, saludos to the chat. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Peter, is this, let's see. Okay, so yeah, so Moni, yeah, is this YouTube Parenting 101? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. That's why we don't like Joker or Skittles or anyone that's down with them, because they give a bad fucking reputation to dudes like me. They give bad examples, and we don't get down with bad examples, right? So when you give a bad example and we put you on blast and we call you out, that's exactly what we do. That is what we do as exposed to, so you can understand. That is our get down. Now we talk about a lot of different things. Like what we were talking about right now is, do we really care about these dudes debriefing? No, what we care about is their lies, is their constant scams, is how they do people. Okay, so we do sometimes get into Parenting 101 with Exposed to and with my channel. That's absolutely right. So you can catch a glimpse into exactly what we do. So Taco, yeah, we got Taco in here. We got Robert in here. Nice to see you. Let's see. I can excuse myself. I didn't mean to cause shit in your chat. Nah, you're not causing shit. I don't think I have no problem, Frank. Okay. Saludos, Popeye. Right. Let's see the Hangman. It's all good when the ET crew stays united. Yeah, we stay united, bro. Like, differences of opinion are not the problem. What I have a problem with is when people aren't trying to see like the bigger picture. So, what's the point of opening eyes? And then we're just going to be like, okay, we open eyes. But if that person is willing to have the conversation as to what we open their eyes to, we're going to continue feeding you with that information. And that information basically is, You need to change that shit in your life. Not for us, but for you, but for your children. You know what I mean? Not for us. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know what goes on once we're off our lives. We don't know what goes on when we're not having these discussions. We don't know what anybody's doing behind closed doors or who they're talking to. But when we have an opportunity to have these types of dialogues, I want us to be able to have them respectfully. And if the person is willing to come and to talk about it, let's talk about it. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Fran, I'm not against you because I have a different. We can only grow when we're discussing, so don't feel totally offended for once. No, I don't feel offended. But what I don't like, bro, is when we use like way out context to try to make a point, because it's not the same thing, bro. That's what I don't respect. It's like when people use, like, when people use too much emotions to try to get their point across. No, I want us to stick to the facts, and I want us to talk about what we have here at hand, which is, why is it that we do what we do? Okay, so part of it was when I was talking about the debriefing. Do we really care about that? Some people do, some people don't, but the majority don't. The majority, what we care about is the bullshit that goes on TikTok, on YouTube, where these guys are scamming, lying, and talking shit to people, right? Moni just happens to be, sorry to say, but collateral damage to that. Because when you guys opened your arms to these fools, you're a consequence to the type of shit that they do. The scam that they ran on you guys is the type of scam that they run on everybody. But where does it come? Where does it come from? It comes from these situations where they're willing to throw everybody under the bus to get their way. So the debriefing part of this is a clear example of why and who they are, and why they do all of the things that they do, and how they get away with it. So it is all connected. That's why this conversation is much broader than it seems. It's not just about Moni's bad parenting. That was caught as a consequence of us watching Joker doing his bullshit online. But now that we have Moni here and we've called her out, and now she's explaining, right? Okay, she's giving us her point of view. We don't have to agree with it, but I give her more credit for actually trying to have the conversation than for Joker and Skittles to constantly gaslight us and bullshit us and run away from the confrontation. I mean, you guys have to be able to see these things as well. If you guys can't see it, I don't know what to tell you. I love you, and we're still united and we're still down, but those are the things that we need to also realize is, okay, what is the follow-up of the movement? Because now you got a bunch of people that may have their eyes open, but we also have to continue feeding them facts. Absolutely right, Frank. Respect to Moni for being here. Yeah, and taking the criticism. That's what I'm saying, At least she's here and she's getting down. I'm not going in on Moni. I'm saying, okay, well, to each his own. We can all agree, fuck Skittles and Joker. Hell yeah, brother. That's bottom line. Happy Sunday holiday to every time. Just chilling, drink a cold pisto. All right, cool, Robert. That's cool, Robert. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. That's right. Let's see. Stop using this BS word gaslighting when doing the discussion. My opinion is not gaslighting. Okay. But you're bringing in elements as a way of causing it, like there to be a shock value in the discussion where we don't have to bring in what you're trying to bring in. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro. Okay, Moni, it's fine. ET fan doesn't always agree, but we respect. Yeah, we all have different opinions, and that's what we're doing here now. Even Grewhorn, hey man, I respect you, but at the same time, I'm not going to let you get away with that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let you get away with bringing in like sensationalist topic to something that's not sensationalist. Okay, just to get a point in that I'm not going to let you do that. That's right. Little Popeye, that's right, guys. He is being respectful to an extent. Salute to you, Barry Wood. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you guys. Derailing. No, we're not derailing. I think this is a healthy discussion, ill mannered. I actually do. I think this is a very healthy discussion because it goes to show that we need a game plan too. Won't here means we're doing it. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. That you guys are missing like the point. You guys are missing the point. Like we need to be able to once our work is done, because our work is gonna be done. But then we need a game plan. We also need a game plan to continue educating people. You know? That's how I see it. You know? That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, let's see. Okay, my point. Welcome her friend is not the right way. Let her in, talk her. Okay, but for me to say, "Hey, what's up, Moni? What's up? Nice to see you." That's just me saying hi, bro. I mean, I'm not just gonna talk shit to talk shit. Look, when the haters come in here, if they're respectful and they ask me a question, I'll be respectful and I'll answer their questions. Okay, I might not have the friendly words, but once again, I think remember that Moni is collateral damage. She wasn't our initial target. You know, that's what it is. Yeah, sí, tú, pinche Moni, de ti estamos hablando. Who is Grewhorn? Oh, Grewhorn grew a horn. That's right, Grewhorn. Let me earn it. You're stupid. También. As I said, I'm normally on Frank's side. You don't have to be on my side, bro, and that's cool. But I hope everyone understands what it is I'm trying to do. Let's see. A good afternoon, Frank. Hey, good afternoon, SNY. Who? Let's see. You, who is Moni? Is that jokes? Not well. I don't know if she's their homie. Let's see. I fucked up in that graph live dipping, but I ain't sorry for being drunk at home because that ain't no crime to drink. My son was taken care of. He wasn't. All right, yeah. Okay, so if that you're bad about the graffiti thing, all right, cool. Okay, now about your son being sick and all that, just don't vape around them, man. Don't vape around them because you do vape around them. Don't act like you didn't because we caught you vaping around his ass. Was Joker's homie Rob? I don't know. Let me see. Robert, many blessings. Is Robert in here? Robert, nice to see Robert. Yeah, okay, Robert VHS. Okay, Robert. I'm no longer cooking milk. Fuck the gum. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. All right, look, sorry. Let's see. But for me, a parent being drunk around their kids is a no, especially when they're sick. I mean, that's acceptable. I can accept it. I can accept you feeling that way. Look, I care about the debriefing because he constantly denies he told on anyone. And at the time in CDC, if you do, yeah, okay. And look, I feel the same way. But I think that it's a symptom to what he is now. You know what I mean? Like that's how I'm using it in this particular case. Is him debriefing just goes to show what kind of person that he is. And it goes to show that he's willing to do anything and throw anybody under the bus to get his way. You know? Joker can't say he a kosher guy that the balls and do. Yeah, he can't. He can't say that he's good. He can't say he's good. He can't say he's good. Look at this. Hey guys, look at who's joined us. Policing people's actions, aka no snitches, is all bullshit. Shut the fuck up, stupid. What we point out is people like you that are down for whatever goes on YouTube. We're not down for whatever goes on. We've got kids. Fuck all that shit. And we're going to call out the bullshit. And if you're a bad parent and you're live on camera, motherfucker, that's your fault. Why are you live on camera being a bad parent? Come on. And does is just a bit, yeah, fuck them too. Fuck Pastor Villa. Hell yeah. Fuck Pastor Villa. Pastor Cookie Wheel. Say it all the families who drink with their children at home. I mean, yeah. I mean, we have gone to parties where the families are drinking at the party with kids. Let's not be hypocritical either. That's, like there's certain things. I don't like the vaping though. If your son is sick and you're vaping, that's not cool. Okay, that's not cool. Yes, it's against. Oh, you're against all of them. All right, cool. If you're against all of that, I can see it, Grewhorn. But some other people, they do drink around their kids. Now, if they're sick, we just gotta be careful, right? Just gotta be careful. Let's see. Joker isn't getting drunk on live anymore. I miss those crash outs. Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, 2 times? Yeah, man. I don't really miss him, to be honest with you. He's still getting drunk, but it's on TikTok boxes, so he's hidden. We just gotta unhide his ass. Let's see. Let me see. Joe Moy, saludos. Happy Sundays, girls. Stay strong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is what it is. Don't be such a. I don't think Grewhorn's being a prude. I think you're stating your opinion, Grewhorn, and I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Would you have thrown away your coughing son on the bed without alcohol? Like I said, I ain't throwing. The bed's high as hell. Okay, but I mean, and I see you're short, Moni. You're short. I think it doesn't matter how high it is. You threw him. Okay. Let's see. What you say? He was probably giving his liver time to breathe. Pretty much, Oakland. That's what I think too. Yeah, he's crashing out offline, but he's also crashing out on the boxes. I love being around my family at parties. When I was a kid, watching all the good times, it was respectful 90% of the times. Yeah, and a lot of the times there was alcohol involved. I mean, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. And we always had that cousin with the fucking mocosera, with the sniffles and shit, running around playing. They were always sick too. So I mean, there's certain shit that we gotta be real. Like, we cannot control every single fucking thing and want it to be perfect. Like, no, I mean, let's be real. Come on, let's be real. Yeah, he's crashing out on life. Then I guess I stay throwing him all day. I don't know. That's what I said. A la ver. Did the grease grow a horn? I don't know. No. Grewhorn's cool, but he disagreed with me being so cordial to Moni. And I get it, bro. I get what you're saying, but hey man, don't be upset because I'm cordial with people that, like I already said, we've had these conversations for a couple of days now, Grewhorn. This hasn't just been on this live. We've had Moni on some other lives where ET has talked to her specifically as well. So this is not something new. We're kind of cultivating this thing. And maybe you weren't aware, but like I'm not going to explain everything either. You know what I mean? Moni brainwashed by Joker Skittles. They can brainwash them, the weak man. No, she I don't know. And I have that question for you, Moni. I have a question for you, but I don't know if you're going to own on the left and on the right. Joker still getting drunk on the TikTok and the wee hour. Yeah, exactly, bro. We got to catch that shit. Yeah, I do vape, but he's all the way in the back and I blow it out the window. All right. I don't know, bro. No, it's your friend. Let me see. When it comes to children, I can be the teacher of the horn. All right, cool, man. Let's see. I'm too cute to not get. Cálmate, Moni. Cálmate. I send mine all the up and down the line. All right, nice to see you, Machete. Nice to meet. I'm 4'11". Yeah, okay, you are short. I'm gonna go live and throw y'all. Watch throw. Ill-mannered. I love her short high knives. Moni was man. There you go. She's got a man, fool. She's married, I think. Aren't you married, Moni? I threw my kids. They love it. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, there's certain things that, like I said, are we really trying to be like perfect and just, I mean, I don't know, bro. Let me see. Moni, if he's healthy, it's fun, but not coughing. That's a different size amount. Okay. I mean, yeah. Machete goes into Bum Bum's chat like it's all good. Does he? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I know there's a couple of Machetes. Oh my God, he does look big. He looks like a big kid. He looks like a big kid. My man 6'4". He's a okay. Well, guess you will not learn how to treat a sick child. You can only do so much online. Order Spence. So once again. So look. The whole point is These guys lie constantly, and we already know that he debriefed, and we already know what debriefing entails. So don't let this motherfucker lie to you, telling you he didn't tell on anyone, because he told on everybody. He tells on everybody all the time. He tells on his trolls. He tells on the people that do him dirty. If one of those girls treats him bad, he'll go rat to Becky or to someone else and tell her, "Look, she treated me bad." That's how these guys get down. So for me, the debriefing aspect just goes to show that these fools are just low down and dirty. The baby wears 5'2" and 40 pounds. Okay. It wasn't even two. That's a big kid. But anyways, um, let me see. Let's see. Taco Stay. Make sure you say hi next time we're both there. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We gotta be careful when we call out. No, I know I've called out people, and then I've had to be like, maybe I gotta, think about it. Let's see, Groon. Maybe I should take a whole month off work then, so even though I work from home. I'm neglecting the baby when I work, right? So I can provide. Yeah, I mean, look. You already know what my position is, Moni. Basically to me, if you guys are gonna go out tagging, don't take your kid. You know what I mean? And if your son is still sick, try to vape away from him. Those are my only concerns. Other than that, people drink at home and their kids are there. I mean, I've seen it happen, so I can't be hypocritical. I don't like. I drink wine here. Sometimes I've had my 6 pack and just watched movies with the family, and we're here. So, but I mean, I don't have little kids anymore. Both my kids are adults. But what all I'm saying is this, guys. Look, yes, we call out bad behavior. Yes, we do. If your parenting skills are not up to par and you get caught live, we're gonna call it out. Fuck it, we're gonna call it out. Especially if you fucking are down with Joker and Skittles. So my question to you, fucking Moni, are you cool with that fucker Skittles? Are you cool with them? I mean, I want to know. Because the last time I saw them that fool was pressing you. You saw my live that I did on that video when that fool was pressing you. Let's see. I can't say anything about Moni parenting. I lost my years back. It's not my place to say, all right, cool. All right, I understand, little white ferret, and sorry for your loss. I'm blocked, so I can't. Don't act like you cool with you don't be cool with Bambi. All right. I don't know, bro. If ya sabes, you sabes, we got Discord, Taco, so you know what's up. All right. Let me see. No, no. Let me see. No, we're not cool anymore. They dropped me. Okay. Let's see, Taco. I ain't fraternizing with cyber enemies. Uh, let's see. They dropped the real one. No, I think we're real in here. We're the realest. We're the realest. We'll call each other out on the chat. We don't give a fuck. What chat? I'm still. I'm saying I'm so cool. You can call me cool. Let's see. Only dummies get brainwashed by skills and Joker respectfully. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what's up, bro. You already know. That's the whole point of what we do. We're trying to break away the people from being scammed by these fools. Okay. Let's see, Oxnard. That's right, Taco Stain. Oh man, knowledge you can't get in college. Nah, bro. So yeah, I mean, look, hey, we're having a good conversation here. Look, I dropped what? I dropped my own money for most of their gifts. That's crazy, man. See, that's why you can't be doing that shit. That's why we told them fools. That's why we're after them on TikTok. That's why, because all of you got scammed. You got scammed. And then they scammed you and then they booted you. Taco, you're on the cyber front line. And to be dropped over that shit was dirty, but I'm not saying anymore that shirt, especially from the way. Yeah, but you know what's up. You know what's up. Let's see, Grewhorn. I'm fine with it if she learns from it. It's definitely not about perfect parenting. Nobody's perfect. It's about development, something we don't see. I think now you're understanding, Grewhorn. I think now you're understanding. It would be wrong of me and of us. I'm going to say of us, but I don't want to speak for everyone. I want to speak for myself. Okay. I'm going to speak for myself. Now, hey, what's up, ET? You're in here. You're in here, ET. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to you. So listen, ET, we kind of had a little back and forth here with Mr. or Mrs. Gruhorn. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna call you Gruhorn. But what I'm saying is this, bro. What I'm saying is this. I mean, after we open people's eyes, like with Moni and the whole situation, our game plan is also to just keep feeding people information. Now, if through that process they learn to be cool and they learn to do what's right, then that's what we're about. We're about not just opening their eyes, but we're also about letting these people like really make the changes that they got to make so they can be better people. And if as better people they want to be down with the movement, then fuck it. You know what I mean? But the minute that we see that they're opening their eyes, there has to be some development that we do. And that's what's going to differentiate us from everybody else. We actually care about what we say. We have a mission statement. And yes, we're going to police fucking shit. If you're a bad parent online and we catch you live, we're going to call you out. But if you come around and then start interacting and you start saying, you know what, yes, I did this wrong. Yes, I shouldn't have done this. Hey, it's a process and we can accept the process. Does that make sense? I want your guys' opinion on that. Because we shouldn't just be about going after these fools, but what about the people that are opening their eyes? And if they're coming to us, we got to give them a space to grow. We have to give them a space to truly show that they're being developed, man. I mean, that's the whole. I thought that was part of the point of what we do. ET Movement has these fools on the run. Hell yeah, we got them on the run. Hell yeah, that's right. That's right. Shout out to ET, man. Shout out to ET. Let's see. We just had very good therapy session. Fuck yeah. I hope. I fucking hope. Exposed to saludos. Yeah, saludos to the homie. Exposed to taco stand. Be careful. Be careful. Word on the curb is your brother hanging on by a thread. Okay, I don't know, bro. You guys got some shit going on. You guys need to work that shit out. Orale, I used to body slam my boys on the bed, made them tougher. I have 3 kids in college. 2 already graduated. 1 is a specialist in the Army. Hey, shout out to you. Much respect to you, bro. Much respect to you and your kids, straight up. Hey, we learn, sometimes we learn. I know that with my son, I could have done things a lot better, and I learned how to do them better with my daughter. But now I look at, and I'm like, man, I could have done this better. We could all be better parents, all of us. And sometimes we find out till we're grandparents. That's why grandparents are all lovey-dovey with the grandchildren, and they're not as hard because you learn it. It's stages. We got all go through stages. They can't get on YouTube to beg for spare change. Yeah, fuck all that shit. Let's see. Right at the beginning, I said welcoming her, happy is wrong. Okay. Well, all right. Yeah. Well, I guess. How could I be dropped like nada? Because they're ain't about nada. Because they're nada. See, now you know they're nada. They ain't about shit. Let's see. The cyber corner is the cyber corner. Let me see. I wasn't even one of the ugly. Shut up, Moni. Moni, he never cared about you. Yeah, they don't care about you, but you see it going on. That's why you got to watch our videos. You got to watch our lives. Hanging by a thread. Yeah, enlighten me. That's facts. All right, that's right, ET. That's facts. And I'm not trying to go against you, Gruhorn. All I'm saying is, I also need you to understand the method. I need you to see the vision, the bigger picture. Is 100 Taco is 100% here with Team ET. Yeah, so is the Hangman, so is Robert, so is Gruhorn. I know Gruhorn. I know you're a part of it. Little White Ferret. Everyone wants a taco. Hey, that's right. Popeye. Thank you, Popeye. Thank you so much. Let me see a thread of the emojis. Taco. You're crazy, Taco. Let me see. What does the Hangman? Moni. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Joker and Skittles? I think she hates. I think she sees them for who they are. Is Machete and Up? Oh, we got an. I don't look. I've seen Machete on other spaces, but like I said, I was okay with fucking Spanx until he started acting stupid. People were giving Spanx a green light. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. Today's episode of Cypher Ops on the YouTube Yard that brought to you by Frank Ticas featuring Moni, Grew or Machete. It's always a show. It's always a good live, man. It's always a good live, you know. And like I said, I'm trying out this studio live thing because fucking the Steam Yard isn't letting me go live unless I pay. So fuck it. Let's see. Moni is here by default. Let's be real. She's here because Joker skills dropped her by the. Well, yeah, bro. Yes, but she's also watched our videos. You know, and I think that there's going to be other people the same way that are probably down right now with them fools, but are going to open their eyes and they're going to be like, you know what? These guys have been putting them on blast for so long, and then they're catching up. So, hey, man, you know, whatever, you know, it doesn't mean we're going to let everybody in the fold, bro. All I'm saying is that we got to give them a little bit of space to see if they grow or not. You know, hey, we're strong, bro. We're too strong for them. Machete keeps it respectful. Okay, exactly. That's all I'm gonna stick to. That's all I'm gonna stick to. But you got, like I said, the majority wins. I don't like to get into these things. I'm not gonna get into them anymore. You guys handle them. I'm not gonna get into who's where. If you guys have proof, you guys already know what the Discord is for. Let's keep it rolling. Salute to the chat. Hey, what's up, Runner's Pug? What's up, my friend? What's up, Opportunist? A Pug, yeah, Runner's Pug. Runner's Pug is in here. Damn, I can't. I watch a live now, or you can watch a live. Let's see. Much love. I gotta get back to work. All right, go. Yeah, don't get no write-ups, Taco saying. Come on, bro. Don't get no write-ups, fool. Okay, so back to the conversation. Back to the conversation. Now we have to understand, guys, that there is a difference between abuse and neglect. Not it doesn't always tie in, but you know, there is abuse, there is neglect. Both of them are bad. Now, neglect is a much easier thing, I guess you can handle, but don't neglect your children, man. Sometimes you could be at home neglecting your kids, straight up. You could be at home watching a game, drinking your beer, y ahí viene tu hijo. Hey, Dad, you know what? I got this thing for homework for Monday, and I have to ask you a few questions. That's neglect. Answer your kids' questions. Fuck, do homework with them. Go sit by them. Play muñecas with your daughter. It doesn't matter if you're a guy. Don't neglect your children. Oh, he's some guy. He's some guy. Hey, Pug, much love. Plug shirt. Plug shirt. Are you my life coach? I could be. Shit, I've been a lot of things. I've been a youth pastor. I've been a supervisor, account manager, interviewer for jobs. I've done it all, and I know the psychology behind all of it. Yeah, de gratis. Unless you want to, you want to hook a brother up with a five. I'm never gonna ask for that. No, the whole point of our channels is to let people understand that, man, look, you can do better in life. You can do better in life. I know I had to learn to do things better in life. You know, I was not always the conscious, thoughtful, intelligent motherfucker you see before you. No, I used to be an asshole too. I used to be a jerk. I used to do all kinds of stupid shit on the street, But I give thanks to God that He allowed me to turn my life around. But what I can't say and what I can tell you guys right here is that I've always been down. I've always been loyal. I've always been loyal to. So that's why when they did you dirty, Moni, like I kind of felt that shit. I was like, that's kind of fucked up, Pobrecita, they did her fucking dirty. But what they did to you is how they'll throw anybody under the bus. It doesn't matter if it's a criminal organization. They'll debrief real quick. Hey, aquí estás, Runner's Plug. Aquí estás, Runner's Plug. What's up, Runner's Plug? So, that's what we talk about here. So all of these character flaws at the end of the day do matter. They do matter. We have to understand that our character flaws, I remember I used to say, hey, that's how I am. If you're going to love me, you're going to love me for who I am, blah, blah, blah. Yo así soy. Well, man, fuck all that. Sometimes we're so hung up on being, I see soy, you're not gonna tell me shit. This is how I am. Fuck you. Ooh. And you want to be all high powered about your fucking your lacks, your lack of skills, your lack of knowledge, your lack of fucking emotional intelligence, that you walk through life missing good fucking opportunities. Straight up. Sometimes you miss an opportunity of getting something done because you're already judging a motherfucker for the wrong shit. What's his handle, homie? Ask, pregunta en el chat. I have made a vow and I messed up. I shouldn't even speak on it. You know what I mean? I should not be speaking on dude. No, I've been neglecting while watching this live and you're promoting that. Shut up. Cálmate. You're dumb. No, but listen. There was a moment in my life where I questioned, like, are my kids going to talk to me when they're older? Are my kids going to be fucking adults and they're going to just, hate me and want to move out? But, I've been fortunate that I was able to make certain changes in my life with how I raised them, that they're actually right there. Hello. And they're both here. They're kicking it. They talk amongst each other. They talk to me. My son comes from work. He tells me what happened at work. My daughter tells me what goes on online. When she finds shit out, she's like, mira, papa, look at this. They both speak English, so they'll come at me, and we have conversations. And I'm like, I cannot believe that I was able to foster, to develop that relationship with my kids. But I think that it has to do with the fact that I'm loyal. I'm loyal. I'm a loyal. That's why I'm loyal to this movement. I'm loyal to every single one of you, but I'm loyal to my principles. I'm loyal to my thoughts. I'm loyal to my opinions. And I'm loyal to, if I learn this and I know that you need to hear it, I'm going to fucking tell you it. And if you don't want to hear it, and if you want to block me, and if you don't want to be my friend, if you don't want to fuck with me no more, you don't fuck with me. But I gotta be real. And sometimes me being real, I put my heart on my sleeve and I demonstrate how real I am. Sometimes I'm very passionate about shit. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, Moni, here we're very passionate about kids. We are. Part of who we're gonna go against next has to do with underage grooming and shit like that we're not cool with. And what you have to understand, Moni, is that when we're neglectful of our kids, what we do is open the door for grooming. We open the door for someone to come in and start whispering shit into our kids' ear. Like, I told my kids that I've loved them and that they're beautiful since they were born, all throughout their life. And now they know that they have a certain expectation of the type of person they're going to let into their life. Because my love has also come with sacrifice, has come with hard work that they've seen. Like, they've seen me sacrifice shit for them and for the good of the family. They've seen me like learning, like being in front of a computer, just learning like 12, 13 minutes straight, going through trainings for that job that I need, because I know that job that I need is going to help me raise them. But if you're not faithful, if you're not loyal to the team, if you're not loyal to the mission, no one's going to trust anything you say and anything you do. And that's why these particular idiots that we're always going against, you just heard Dubs lying about his status. And I'm not concerned about his status. But what I'm concerned is that man that continues to lie will continue to lie. And if he's willing to lie about his status up until now, it's been years, he's going to continue to lie about everything else. So when I asked Chill, if you guys remember in the interview, I asked Chill, I'm like, is there anything that he could ever do to where you guys can be cool again? He said, hell no. I say the same thing. That ship has passed. Like, I could not have the conversation that I'm having with Moni, with Gunner or Joker a year from now, even if they change, because they've already burnt too many bridges. But Moni, we can still have a conversation up until this point. ¿Qué dices, Moni? Quiero ver qué dices. Let's see, I grew up blazing with my tío. He has 3 kids, 2 homes, and ran a successful cell phone business with Metro PC. So, yeah, look, the smoking thing, I had a conversation with both my kids, right, about smoking. And with my son, he's been more open about it. My daughter's been like, nah, fuck that shit. I don't ever want to smoke. So, that I understand that. That I understand. Let me see. Little White Ferret. That's right. That's right. I think I know who the fuck it is. If you think I'm about to sell this, I don't know, bro. He may be, but I just, but it is what it is. Let me see. I bet you have a big. No, I don't, Rudy. No, I don't. If you can get me one, so I can turn it into a pin the tail on the donkey. We'll use it as a drinking game when I have people over. If you can send it to me, bro, and pay for it, I'll put it up on my wall, bro. Straight up. Send me that poster. I'll put it up on my wall. And you'll see how we play pin the tail on the donkey with it. Let's see. You what? You look like the brain from Pinky. All right. All right. So anyways. It is what it is, guys. We will continue calling out shit that we don't see. If we don't see it right, if it's not correct, if it shouldn't be done, we're going to call it out. Straight up. That's the mission. But what happens if you decide to come over, start checking out our videos, start checking out our lives, and you realize that we're real? So, Moni, I'm going to tell you straight up. You may not agree to it, but we're real as fuck. We keep it real. We don't have any problems in speaking our minds and giving our opinions about anything and calling shit out. And maybe, just maybe, you might need some of that in your life. But it is what it is. Let's see. I quote ET's mission statement. Let's see. Our mission is to confront. You see, that's the first thing. And prevent manipulation. That's exactly what we're doing. We're confronting and we're not allowing manipulation to go on. Targeting children, women, and vulnerable on social. Exactly. Let's see. How does this agree with letting her in that easy? No, because read it again. You just read it. You just put it there. Our mission is to confront and prevent manipulation. Like, what part of that do you not understand? You're reading it right there. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, then majority vote. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not confronting. I'm not preventing manipulation. What are we talking about here? I'm telling her right now straight up what I think is wrong. Confronting, preventing manipulation. What are we talking about here? Now, we're doing it because we do care about our child, but we also care about her and her husband. Like, I don't want you guys getting caught up in some bullshit if it's preventable. You know what I mean? See, you're going back to the greeting, bro. Come on, man. I already told you. I already explained it to you. I'm not going to continue rehashing this, Grewhorn. Respectfully, we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one, okay? We're going to have to agree to disagree. I already explained it to you. You already see what's going on. Ya estuvo. That's it. I'm not going to continue talking about it. Okay? It's a dead issue now. You said what you said. That's fine. If that's for your opinion, cool. I've said what I've said. I've already explained it to you. I've demonstrated to you. And I'm going to continue doing what I do. Okay? We're cool. Moni, stay. Moni says, shut up. You're not going to run a vote here. I'm going to run the vote. Okay. I'll run that vote. And for now, nobody's voting on that shit. Okay. Yes, of course, because it's too easy earning respect. See, yes and no. So, okay, let's talk about respect. Let's talk about respect. Let's talk about respect. You want to talk about respect? I'm going to tell you guys about respect. And this is one of those things in which I'm going to ask you guys to give your opinion. And if you guys want to jump, on the stage, we can have the conversation. That's cool. We can do that. I still Blaze have 3 kids. Yeah, bro. Yeah. We all stay. That's right, little white ferret. We all say, I don't have a problem with you, Grewhorn, but I want you to understand respect. Okay. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give you guys my definition of respect. Okay. And this all ties in perfectly to everything that we're talking about. Okay. Respect. Pull. All right. But after I'm done, can I first give you guys my definition of respect before we put a poll up? Can we do that? Can I do that? Okay, I need you guys to put a 1 if you want me to finish my definition of respect. I want you to put a 2 if you want us to go just directly into a poll. I'm giving you guys, I'm going to run this shit. So if you guys want me to finish my definition of respect before we go into the poll, put a 1. If you want me to go straight into a poll and not give my definition of respect, put a 2. Go ahead. I'm going to wait. In the meantime, I'm going to get some water. Okay, so give me a second. I'm waiting for you guys to put a 1 if you want me to give my definition of respect. If you want me just to put a poll up, then you're going to do 2. Let me see. Drama 2 times. Pinche 2 times. What's wrong with you 2 times? Pinche 2 times. Let me see. I'm the exception to the rule because the way I was ejected from that community, in a way. Okay, the majority so far have put a 1. The majority, Moni wants attention. But the majority did put on 1. So let's see. So far. And Little White Fur says, and no poll. Okay, let me do the count for real. Okay, so I've got Oakland has a 1, 2 times. 2 times, I'm going to consider that a 1, but because you're 2 times, it came out as 2. Is that cool? Okay, Little White Fur said 1 and no poll. Okay, Popeye said 1. All right. Yeah, okay, and you said, yeah, 2 times loves the drama. He thinks you're here for attention. No Dice says 1. Orale Shankopotamus. Okay, cool. OG Smalls. Okay, cool. Duh, 2 times. Yeah, we know you want attention, Moni. Come on. That's why you're on social media. That's why everyone's on social media. Okay, 2 times. Moni owns. Look, I don't care if you got geeked by them or not. It's about the kid and child protection. You're unfortunately a good. Yeah, well, yeah, but we already discussed that, Grewhorn. We already discussed it. Yes, too. Hey, Moni, do you agree Does is a pervert? Okay, we're gonna talk about that, but let me first give my opinion, and then we're gonna go. Let's see. Cali Big Dog fuck a poll. Hey, I already got 2 fuck a polls, so we might not even do a poll. But okay. Now, I want you guys to understand that the only reason that I came to the conclusion of respect being as what I'm going to say is this. Is because I've seen how even respect can be manipulated. I'm gonna explain it to you. And accepting you only because you got geeked by that. We're not see that's where you're wrong. No one's accepting anybody. I'm just having a conversation. And besides, at the end of the day, Moni's going to decide if she's going to be a part of, if she's going to continue following or fucking with us or not. No one's inviting her. But if she's here, it's because she's obviously watching And learning, I would expect. I think she's learning. So yeah, it's not even about that. But I get you, Grewhorn. I get you. All right, let me see. I'm just here to channel my pen up. I can see that too. Mario wants to. Man, come on, Ramiro. You want to pull? Come on. Come on, Ramiro. I'm going to count that as a one. I'm still going to give you my definition of respect. Okay. When you tell someone you have to earn my respect, okay, because that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about, do you earn respect or do you give respect? I think you give respect without it being earned, and I'll explain to you why. Okay? Yeah, shut up. Okay. You already said what you said. Look, when you tell someone you have to earn my respect, okay? Let me see, many of us weren't invited to E. Okay? Let her live. We all fuck up. Let's be real, but don't crucify her. Let's see. Grewhorn says, woohoo, we love money, country. That's too much. Okay, but no one's saying that. See, you're exaggerating once again. But let people be who they want. If people want to greet her that way, let them greet her. Or like, what is that to you? Come on, Grewhorn. Come on. All right, so this is a happy Sunday. I'm gonna go back to drinking some pistos and smoking some. All right, cool, man. Go ahead. I don't think Frank started his life to talk about. Yeah, we're not even. Yeah, you're making it about that. All right, so came in walking like Conor McGregor. Not Charles. Came in walking like Conor. All right, cool, whatever, bro. So, anyways. Okay, well, I'm not done. So here's what I do. With people I'm just first getting to know. Okay, we're talking about respect. I'm not talking about this case. I'm talking about respect. When people I first know, I give everyone the same level of respect. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't know you. Okay? And I'm not going to be able to condition people on how they treat me. And until then, I give them respect. No, I give you respect. But it's up to you whether that respect continues or not. I think everybody needs to start off at 100%. That's how I do it. Because what happens when you say you need to earn my respect? Okay, then we start letting people know what it is about us that we consider respectful. Or, well, you know, the way you, if you treat me this way, that's respectful. So basically what I'm showing you is I'm telling you all of what buttons to push to manipulate me. When I tell you you have to earn my respect, what I'm telling you is, what I'm giving you is a manual on what buttons to push, so that then I can say, oh, okay, you're doing all of these things. Now I can respect you. What I just did was open the door to you manipulating me, and I'm never going to do that. Now, the respect that I give you is on my own terms. I'm going to give you respect. But once I start seeing you walk a certain way, move a certain way, I'm going to take that respect away. And be like, you know what? We can't fuck with each other. Plain and simple. Because that's how mentally strong I am. If I need someone to be stroking my ego constantly, and that's gonna win their respect from me, man, fuck all that. You're not gonna stroke me. I'm not gonna show you what buttons to push. You either respect me for who I am, you either respect what I'm doing now, or you don't. Plain and simple. Straight up. Now, if we see someone from afar and we already know the type of person they are, then that respect comes with a price. Now, what I'm saying here is this. I give everybody the opportunity, if they're opening their eyes, to start doing whatever they need to do to get to that stature where we can even have the conversation. Because that's a whole different thing. I'm talking about when we meet people one-on-one. When we meet people one-on-one, I give everybody the same amount of respect. But now, if you're coming into our circle and we already saw you from afar that you were doing all of this way out shit, I'm just going to observe. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're observing. But if you're coming to my chat and I already know that you've opened your eyes to something and you know who we are, I'm not going to be a dick every time to this person when they come in. I can say good morning. I can say hi because I know that this person is going through a process. But we're not going to be able to announce that process to everybody. Some of you guys aren't in all the lives. Some of you guys aren't in all of our videos. Some of you guys aren't watching everything. So you need to be able to take a little bit of our word for it, a little bit at least, when we're able to say, okay, this person, we're kind of having a conversation with them. Now, whether you have that conversation with them or not, that's up to you. I'm not going to force you, Grewhorn, to be polite. I'm not going to force anybody, and I'm not forcing anyone to be polite to anybody. But what I am saying is, don't judge me and don't question me because I decide that I'm starting to give somebody grace because there's a backstory to it. There is a backstory to everything that we've been doing so far online. We've been seeing results. Part of those results is Moni breaking away because she saw exactly how they did her. How did she see how they did her? Because of our videos. Isn't that the mission as well? The mission is to open people's eyes to who these fuckers are. Isn't that part of the mission? So we need to have a plan for that as well. How are you going to say our mission is also to open these people's eyes? Because that's the original mission. The disclaimer was set when they were saying that we were out there harassing people. That's when we put up the disclaimer. Because we're like, wait a minute, we're not harassing. We're letting these people know that these are deviants. And we're doing it to protect the children. Okay. But the first part of the mission is to open people's eyes to who these fuckers are. Once that mission is accomplished and we open up the eyes, what do? So now we're just going to be, fuck these fools. They were down with them before. Wait a minute. A lot of us used to watch Dubs when he was humble. A long time ago. A lot of people watched Gunner when he wasn't the jerk that we see now, or when we didn't know all of his scams. So what are we talking about here? That's the reason that we kind of all came together under the umbrella of Exposed To. A lot of people that are coming into Exposed To just were recent supporters of Dubs and Gunner. It just so happens that they didn't get caught being bad parents online. I'm so mad because it feels like you don't stand for what you say. No, you're mad because you want me to act a certain way. And I'm not going to act the way you want me to act just because you don't see it or you don't agree with it. Okay? No, there's other, see, it's not, you're talking about acceptance. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not telling you to accept anybody. I haven't said told anybody to accept anyone. You're upset because of how I greeted someone? Come on now. I really have a problem with people drinking. Okay, but that's you. But friend, is she here because she opened her eyes because they don't want? That's her decision, Helga. You can ask her that. My life is not about that. But if you can ask her. Look, I did watch some vids prior to my extraction, and I had thought different, but chose to be loyal. You can open her eyes over time and just don't forget. Yeah. So but then you're trying to force me into something. Don't try to force me into how I'm going to say something or how I'm going to greet people coming in. Don't force me. You can't force me on that. You can't. That's what I don't want. I don't like that. Like, I'm not telling you how to greet people. I'm not telling you to welcome her. I'm not forcing you to welcome anybody at all. Tubbs was never humble. Yeah, exactly, bro. Look, but we all chose to. She wouldn't. I don't know what you're talking about, Helga. I heard Dubs was a Peter Gazer. I heard he was. Yeah, he probably does. Damn, Grewhorn, relax a little. No, look, let Grewhorn be, but extremism is bad. Extremism is bad as well. Okay, I'm not telling no one to I'm not telling anybody to be welcoming or anything. If I choose to greet someone coming in, that's me. Let me. That's me. Fuck. What the fuck? Fucking weird, man. To turn that special. I won't come back to this. You can do whatever you want, but I mean, you can do whatever you want. They want to know your intentions behind it. You can answer if you want. I don't really care. Thanks. Look, yeah, presidents from enemy countries can still negotiate. Yeah, bro. I mean, but I'm not going to continue talking about that. I'm not going to continue talking about it. To each their own. And if some of you guys feel a certain way about me or what I'm talking about, that's on you guys. I don't feel any way, shape, or form like I'm disrespecting any of you by the stance that I'm taking. Well, I feel disrespected by you guys trying to force me to be a certain way, which I'm not. I'm not going to be someone different than who I am. Straight up. Look, if Bam and Google were in here and not talking crazy, exactly. If you had really bad issues and having parents drinking or taking drugs, you have been a part of that. Okay, all right. I do understand, but you cannot be so closed-minded that you are taking offense over how I greet someone. I don't get that. I'm so mad. What was that? Frank, you're telling facts. Many would watch their hustlers before. Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. Look, we a lot of us were in the same boat. A lot of us were bad parents. A lot of us have done some bad shit. A lot of us have criminal records. A lot of us are probably on probation. I don't know. I'm not asking everybody what's going on, but I respect everyone that comes in here respectfully. Like, I mean, you guys are really you guys that are hung up on this really need to take a step back maybe and really think about what it is that you're talking about. Where the fuck is brother? I don't know. It's Sunday. Come on, bro. Not everyone's can be here. We have to be able to talk and have conversations. We have to. Now, there are certain people that we're not going to be able to have conversations with. There's going to be people. Like, I know that I know that I probably would never have a conversation with either Skittles or Joker. Straight up. I would never have Why? When we know who they are. Let's see. It's Frank's channel. He can choose who comes and goes. I'm here to talk shit and chew bubble. All right, let's see. I understand my mom's a tweaker who abandoned me and my dad's an alcoholic. Okay, that's fucked up. I get you, Frank. Well, thank you, Zero. I'm glad that you get me, bro. And I think the majority do. Moni, I'm not asking you to leave. I know, little white ferret. So why are you doing the same? Maybe she'll answer you. Look, when you tell people you have to earn my respect, guys, you guys are opening yourself up to manipulation. That's what you do. Because now you're giving them a blueprint of what it takes to earn that respect. I'm not giving anybody that blueprint. Fuck that. I'm going to treat people on a case-by-case basis. That's how I do it. And I've learned that is the best way to do it. Because if I just knock people out just because someone told me something, I would have missed a lot of opportunities in life. Straight up. Yes, sir. Yes, lunch is almost ready, but I'm going to kick it with you guys a little longer. We're on, let me see. It's already embedded in my genes. Googled it. We're allowed second chances, or most of us would be dead or in prison. Exactly. That is BS. You can decide that yourself. I think Grewhorn, that you are too strict. I think that you're too strict. That's what I think. I can only imagine if someone would have told me that when I was barely like taking the baby steps to make the changes in my life. If someone would have told me that, that would have like defeated me. And it would have been like, you know what, you're right. Fuck this. If I can't even do it, why should I even try? You know? But that's how I see it. Yep. I can take constructive criticism. Okay. It's true if your parents are junkies and you already have a disposition to be it. That usually is the way it works. There is the psychology and the science behind it. That even if we try to negate because of our emotions, the reality is that people that are born from addicted parents will usually have addictive emotions. And if they grow up around people that are constantly addicted and drinking and smoking, they will have a tendency to do it as well. Your environment, I see that dude or gal is trying to do with their statements. It's like, you're my friend, don't talk to that person. If you still want to be my friend, yeah, kind of. I kind of see it that way too. It's not gonna work with me. But you can still decide to go against it. Nobody says it's easy, but it's still a choice. Okay, Grewhorn, but maybe this is her fucking first step to it. Have you thought about that? Some people deserve second or third chances, but it's up to 30 to 40 chances. Exactly, bro. But you know what? God gives us an opportunity every single day. That's what's so great about God. He allows us to reinvent ourselves every day if we want, you know? I already own my wrongs and I advise I would do better though in another life. That's crazy. That's crazy. I want to know Moni's position on Does being a pervert. I think she already pleaded the fifth on that, I think. Let me see. Grewhorn, are you an evangelical? I'm a Christian, but you know, I try, I'm not that. Do it in this life for your kid. Okay. Let's see. I've been listening to it live in the background. It's hilarious. Hey, what's up, Mag? What's up? How's it going, Mag? Hey, you know, we keep it popping around here. It's crazy. Let me see. Let me see. Moni, I don't believe in anything. Okay. What's up, Mag? Why are we still on it? If you all knew stupid Moni's I did, you would obstruct it. If you all knew, if you all knew the stupid mom decision I did, yeah, exactly, Oakland. God bless you, Oakland. I'm not on it. I'm just giving people the opportunity to answer. And if Moni wants to answer Grewhorn's questions, so be it. In the meantime, I'm letting you guys know how I feel about all of that respect shit. Sometimes respect goes out the window. Sometimes people act as though they respect shit and they respect you, and then turn around and stab you in the back. So to me, it's like I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna deal with you how I feel I need to deal with you. And if I feel I don't need to deal with you, I just won't, straight up. And if I feel that I can deal with you, regardless of certain shit, that's my prerogative. Don't come in here judging me because I say hi to people. Like, fuck that shit. Moni shouldn't have put that tag on a live with Does that way she did. Yeah, and she already agreed that that was a bad look. No, I agree to that. Exactly. Oakland, exactly. This is my first parenting class. Let's see. Yeah, normal people don't have the patience or time to be like Jesus. It's too hard, bro. It's too hard. That's why we forgive. That's why we forgive. That's what we're supposed to forgive. So if you wrong me 7 times, I might not forgive you all 7 times, but I'll probably forgive you 5 because I'm a nice guy. No? Is this Mag? Is it? Plead the fifth, so she's unsure, still supporting that pervert. Then, I think she already said she's out of that circle, but you know. Oakland, everything. Let's see. I just don't want to speak on nobody and that get back to me against fuck. Okay. Whatever. I mean, you know, time will tell. Haters will say Oakland ain't never. Haters will say everything ain't Oakland. Haters will say everything is in Oakland. Hey, nice to see you, Max. Nice to see you. What's up, Roxanne? Glad you're live today. Wishing you and your loved ones a happy Sunday. Hey, thank you so much, Roxanne. Nice to see you. Nice to see you in here. Shout out to Roxanne from down south. Nice. Ain't chat takeover morning question? Nah, none of that. None of that. Can we roast doves and gummies better? Yeah, look. So check this out, man. Yes, forgiveness is good to practice, but everyone has exactly. That's true. It's true. Y'all doing the Lord's work. Let's see. I need a beer now. Y'all, it's almost 24 hours. You know, shut up. All right. So, anyways, the bottom line is this: that when we point out the behaviors of Dubs and Gunner, it's because of shit like this. It's because of the example that they set. It's because we cannot talk about growth. We cannot talk about being adults if we're still demonstrating childlike fucking what is it? Behaviors, right? If we observe childlike behaviors, we call them out. Now, we need to understand that everything takes time. I mean, we're not perfect, you know, and there are learning curves that we have to take into consideration. Then there are second and third parties that sometimes get involved, you know, and where people grow up. All of those things are a factor, what we have around us. But, you know, I can give grace to people. I would not be able to give grace to Dubs or to Gunner. I wouldn't. Fuck them fools. Sure, it starts again with one beer and sarcasm. Ah, man, whatever. Hey, Roxanne Green, go outside and pray about. Oh man, let me see. Lucky for my son. I'm joking, grown. Man, I need to cool down a little. Let's see, Moni. Let's see what Smack says. Moni, those are your friends and you like them. You continue supporting them. You have a great life. If you never need to hear, they're not friends. She just said earlier that they had dropped out. But yeah, I agree with everything else that you said, Mag. I agree with everything else that you said. In a parallel universe, Mags. Let's see. Seems like I missed a lot of past week, but glad. Yeah, there you go, Wolverine. That's the whole point. Is we want to make sure people are opening their eyes. But then what's step 2, right? What's step 2 from that? And that's what, you know, I want people to understand that it's not as black and white sometimes. You know what I mean? But anyways. No prude zone. Yeah. Look, but we're going to continue to clown these fools. And, you know, if you guys were here from the beginning, you saw the videos that I put up. And the whole point of this is, guys, listen. We cannot continue to let people gaslight us. And that includes people that can act as though they're too fucking high and mighty for everybody else. Man, fuck that shit. We're all trying to learn. We're all trying to be better every day. We don't always have it figured out. But if someone is demonstrating, is at least showing signs of, okay, I'll hear you guys out. Why not fucking have that conversation? Because the whole point of breaking people away from following Dubs and Gunner is also to give them a platform where they can see what it is to be different, what it is to be down for each other. And we are critical of each other as well. Just look at how Gruhorn and I have been getting down. Hey, I still have respect for you, Gruhorn. You may think of me whatever you want, but I'm still down for you, bro. Or you know, or ma'am. You know, I'm still down. All I'm saying is don't come here telling me how to greet people. Let me see. Moni, have a great day and go have your vape. That's right, Mag. Mag in a parallel, you'd be one of my Whoa, okay. I don't know about all that, Roxanne. But yeah, maybe in a parallel universe. Thank you, Maggot. Oh, okay. I'm glad you brought it up, Gruhorn. I'm glad you brought it up. Look. I knew you were coming with an agenda. I'll be right back. No, I'll answer that. I had my last bit of water. Let's see. Mag is a mod. Nah. Moni, thank you. You would be surprised how many mods I have. Everybody here's a mod practically. Listen, going back to Gruhorn. What about Shades? He was begging for a second chance. You guys are reading this, right? See, I knew you had an agenda. So I'm going to tell you straight up about Shades. Look, I'm not coming with an agenda. It's just a question in the room. Okay, so I'm going to tell you. Once again, you don't know all the conversations that I had with Shades. Shades is very critical of others too. You don't know all the conversations that I had with Shades on my Facebook, on my Instagram, where I ultimately kicked them out. Do you not see where Shades is at? Do you not see who he ran to? That's one of those, that is a perfect example of when I say I give everybody respect until I take it away. That you just gave me the perfect example. I respected Shades. I went and subscribed to his channel. And when he started acting up, I ignored many of his comments. And then when I started telling him, Shades, you're acting dumb. Shades, this is happening. And then all of the other conversations that I had. If I had more than 5, 6, 7 conversations with Shades, I would not be exaggerating. But I decided to take my respect away and kick him off my platforms. Okay? So don't tell me how I'm going to treat people and how I'm going to greet people. Okay? Not at all. You don't have that type of bearing over me. Straight up. Even I back Shades. Exactly. Plot twist, not water. It's it is water though. I don't drink like that. Little White Ferret. I tried helping Shades in Eternal. Yeah. So yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm. You're like Gruhorn. You're really like thinking, huh? You're like going in the. Go ahead. You can go as far back as you want, and what you're going to see is that I'm consistent with how I am with people. Shout out to all the mods keeping Machete in line. Shades was talking a lot of masa behind our backs. Yeah, oh man. See, that's why for me, like these conversations are useless when you don't have the backstory. And we have the backstory of all of these conversations, but I'm not going to come out here and constantly talk shit about people. And if people are having a conversation with me, which allows me to say, hey, what's up to them, then that's it. That's who I'm having a conversation with. That's right. I see. I don't know everything. Yeah, Greenhorn, you're too judgmental, and all I'm asking you is this, man. This is all I'm telling you, okay? If you think you know who I am by what I put out there, I would expect you to also give me the benefit of the doubt as to why I do what I do. Okay, I'm not going to contradict myself. There are reasons, and you've missed a lot of back and forth and a lot of conversations that have taken place already. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Shades livers. Yeah, man, yeah. So once again, Shades was another example. Now that you brought him up, and Shades continues to talk shit about me, talking about I'm a fool, I'm an idiot, I'm all of these things. Why? Because I called him out? Because I told him, why do you have a channel about recovery, but you're not recovering? Like, why do you have a channel about recovery if you're not recovering? Straight up. Like, don't have a channel about recovery, and then you come out on your channel talking about, oh, I was on a binge for a week. Sorry, but I'm back. Like you're talking to recovering people, trying to recover on a recovering channel. And you're telling them when you went on a binge? I mean, if you're willing to do that and put that out there for people to watch, I'm going to criticize you because that's what we do. But I had conversations, I had personal conversations with Shades because I tried giving him that extra level of respect that I wasn't giving other people. And he decided to be who he decided to be anyway. So what are we talking about here? Fucking Gruhorn? Hey, brother. Hey, shout out to you, Christopher. Drive safely. Drive safely. God bless you out there, man. God bless you out there. You're doing the Lord's work, man. That's right. Christopher's in the house. Look, I'm not sure if I've ever interacted with Gruhorn. I have a little bit. Gruhorn, manifesting the mind. You may be harming yourself with this mindset. Manifesting good thoughts will do yourself good. Let's see. Maybe he has a channel about recovery because he wants to. Some says, okay, but see, there we go. But then, aren't you all critical about everybody has to be perfect? Why do you have a channel on recovery if you're not recovering and you come to the channel talking about I just had a fucking week binge, I fell off. See how you're contradicting yourself? What's up, baby love substance? Happy Sunday. What's up, Christopher? Yeah, that's right. Come on, everyone hit the like. Yeah, hit the like, bro. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. What's up, baby love substance? So yeah. So once again, I show respect and I show the level of respect that I believe I need to show on a case by case basis. And I will never tell someone you have to earn my respect. No, if you come here and I give you respect, that respect is automatically given. Now, if what you do with that respect forces me to take it back, I'm going to take it back and I might not ever give it back to you. And we may still say hi to each other and I may still be cordial with you, but that means I will never have you in my inner circle. Straight up. Thank you. Yeah, Rox, I said my, yeah. That's right. I'm not about people, but mistakes have to be called out too. Man, hipocrito. It's still hipocrita, even if it's a man in Spanish, Moni. I'm going to teach you Spanish too. I'm an English teacher. But anyways, Shades plays victim a lot too. And that's another weakling problem we have with these guys too, where they love to talk shit, they love to do shit, but then they play the victim. Man, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Don't be out there talking all the shit, doing all the shit you do, being scandalous the way you are, and then you play the victim. Like, how are you going to play the victim after you've been out there on the fucking different communities saying I'm an idiot, saying I'm a fucking, saying all kinds of shit? Like, I just watch, I read it, I'm like, all right, well, fuck you then. You know, I'm not gonna go in there and go at you with it. I just read it. I read it. I realized that you ain't about shit, and I took my respect away. And I said, you know what, fuck you and what you're going through, straight up, because you obviously didn't see a friend in me. I gave you all kinds of attention. I gave you all kinds of conversation. I try to be your friend. I try to be understanding, and you just threw all of that shit out the window. So fuck you too, straight up. Okay, well then maybe you need to be less judgmental. Maybe that's something you got to learn today, and not be so quick to judge without knowing all of the whole picture. And you may not ever know, but you need to trust that someone like me is a thinking person. I'm a calibrated person in my emotions, in my thoughts, in my ideas. I'm calibrated. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Learning from bad mistakes is a part of parental learning process too. Then is applied to the relapse and recovery and growing. Yeah, of course. It's all connected. Shades is 100% responsible. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Soy Joker, Barrio West Side, Tiny Loco, Santa Bruta. Fuck that fool, man. If you do find hope so for your kid, don't worry about it. Relapsing on drugs is a domino effect too. It doesn't affect you, just the user. Yeah, but if you're, it that is true. But if I have a channel and I call my channel and I say my channel is about recovery, and then I come and tell you that I just had a 5-day binge, what's that going to make you think? Maybe I should go have a 5-day binge and come back and I'll be cool just like this guy. Doesn't work that way. Exactly. I'm not as active on these sides, but I see enough of this pattern. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Grew Horner is overreacting a bit. Thank you, son. Yeah, Shades talked a lot of mess about us on the other channel, so fuck him. Yeah, case closed. Fuck him. Yeah, don't speak if you can't own it. Think about what you say before you say it. And I bet more than half of the time people wouldn't. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, but I covered what I needed to cover, and I think all of this is adding on to it. So I'm cool. But I'm almost off because I'm going to eat lunch. I'm way late for lunch now. Oh, geez, Mozzie has some experience with kids being abused in their way. Taco saying, great life, you're making my workday better. Hey, gracias, Taco. Gracias. Hey, you hear me, bro. And hey, bro, we have to stop being so judgmental sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to give people an opportunity. Let's see, Taco saying, hey, Moni, what are your thoughts on baloney? That's stupid. Shades would come in here and apologize and then go out there and talk a lot of shit, but that wasn't true. That shit doesn't fly over here with us. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not. So that is like the wrong argument to make for this situation right here. You know what I mean? So we are all abused to an extent. We were all abused to an extent, mentally, physically. People have our parents have gaslit us. No soy joke. This. Beef bologna only. I like American. I like American kosher, even though I have a personal ban against certain things right now. National culture is good. Grewhorn, are you trauma dumping? Maybe a little bit, bro. But we got to be able to listen sometimes. Even to Grewhorn. Taco, you just made me hungry. Taco, you're already on break and we're still talking about. Shut up. No, we're not. We're talking about everything. Yes, we do, Frank. I haven't even started. Yeah. So look, and a lot of it comes from that. A lot of it comes from grooming. A lot of it comes from bad experiences as kids. And we all know that I think Gunner and especially Joker, went through abuse as kids. Some type. But they became predatorial in how they dealt with theirs. So that's why you see them act the way they do. Moni, you saw the live that we recorded where, Skittles went into your live talking all that shit, being high power. A lot of it comes from fucking abuse. Like, how are you going to feel so comfortable making all of those statements? You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. Dang, Guru, I'm sorry about your trauma. Yeah, that's my birthday month. Yeah, Manor, we're done. Yeah. We've been talking about other things. If anything, what I just want you guys to see is that we're not perfect, even though we're grown-ups, right? A lot of us still have things that we need to work out, and we need to be able to have spaces, and our spaces should be about that. It shouldn't just be about, we're going to call out the purrs, and we're going to do that, but what happens with those people that open their eyes and start gravitating towards our channels? We need to be able to have open discussions on how we're going to deal with it, right? And part of what we're saying here is everybody needs to do the work to be better. Everybody. Moni and those bras are just what they used to. Patricia didn't go. And those bras are just what they used to keep drama going. Hey, they have a lot of it. Let's see, Moni, go ahead to take 2 months if that works for you. Yeah, it sounds like you got to take time off. If you've been on YT long enough, you know. Okay, we only know him from TikTok, so you know what's up. Is it my turn to trauma dump? Nah, not on this live. I'm almost off. We are allowed to disagree. I just don't like for people to impose their disagreement on me. Like I can see why you would feel a certain way about something. Talk to me about it, and that's it. But don't try to impose your way of doing things on me. Don't do that shit. It's not going to work. I promise to be the best crease I can be. Woo, Moni, it was your birthday yeah, but it's still the same month though. We're towards the end, 6 days towards the end. That's right, like little white ferret. Let me see. I'm all ears. All right, good. I'm almost gone, guys. But look, so bottom line is this. Bottom line is this, and I want you guys to understand this. The reason for this live is just to let you guys know that a lot of the character flaws that we see in Dubs and Gunner stem from a lot of the shit that they did while they were locked up. And all of that shit stems from the fact that when they were kids, they were probably neglected or abused. Now, a lot of us made a lot of good decisions. A lot of us had very good support systems. We had good families or good friends. And we were able to walk a better path than they did. But we still have a lot of things that we can work on that can make us better, that can make us better people, that can make us better neighbors, make us better children for our parents, brothers and for our siblings, or sisters for our siblings, better parents. There's always something new that we can learn, but we have to have grace. We have to have some grace because we're not perfect. We're not perfect. I was granted sainthood. That's right. Let's see. Why not put your kids to sleep and go in your room? Don't be online with your kids in the background. Hey, man. Again, I've seen people do that shit all the time. You know? Let me go through this trip and we'll Moni, and I mean no disrespect. I don't know if you're going to say something, Chris, but before I go, I just want to leave you guys with this thought, man. We don't always have to agree, and I think this live was a perfect example of that. But I think that what we can't do, guys, and what we have to be careful with is imposing who we are on other people, because that doesn't work. You're going to get more resistance from that. What we need to be able to do is to listen to people. All right. And another thing I want you guys to walk away from this is if you guys think that you have to earn someone's trust or that someone has to earn your respect or earn your trust, you may be setting yourself up to being manipulated. If you respect people on Jump Street, let them be the ones to prove to you that they don't deserve your respect and then take it away. That's what I did to Shades. That's what I did to many of these motherfuckers. Fuck all of them. Just get away, enjoy your Sunday. Everyone, peace. I'm out. All right. Good, man. Hey, take care, my brother. Take care. Happy belated birthday, Moni. Another year of blessings. Thank you, Roxanne, for that. Tacos, hell yes, I'm about hearing how your trip was. Okay, I don't know. I think I know what you guys are talking about. Life is about being humble to a certain extent. That's right. Yeah, you're late, Park. Much love. I'm almost done over here. Sister Park, hope you're feeling good. Shout out to Sister Park. Even Sister Park says, what's up, Moni? Yeah, Taquito is in here. If you act in a way because of something you have experienced, it's not free will or imposing. Yeah, but you're trying to impose on me how to greet people based on you and what you think. That's what I didn't like. I didn't think that was cool. Park, you're fired. Little white ferret. Yeah, Machete. Nice to see you, Park. Nice to see you. Okay, today we learn how to get along, chat. Hey, look, see, Moni, what you need to understand is we're real. Like, we are real about our shit. You know what I mean? Like, and we're going to disagree, but we're going to bring it back to, hey, we respect each other. But there are some things that we're not always going to agree to. But I'm going to do my part in always trying to teach you guys and always trying to give you guys what I think. And hopefully that will make some bridges form. That's the whole dropping knowledge part of what I do. You know? Runner's plug. I'm gonna take your wrench like Joker took. Yeah, runner, shut up. Machete. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Saludos to Park. Saludos to Park. I ain't acting no way, Groon. This is me. What you see is what you get. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll continue to see. Moni, I'm not kicking you out, and you can be here. And as long as I just want you to understand that what our mission is very simple. This is our mission. If you didn't know it before, you're gonna hear it again and again and again. Okay, is this? What's up, Mags? Yeah, Mags. This time I didn't mean you. Okay. Oops. Hey, we love you too, Park. We love you too, Park. Thank you so much. We're not trolls. We are exposers. Exactly. So let's start with that. The way that these idiots will paint it is that we troll. We don't troll. We expose. What do we expose? We expose the debauchery, the lies, the manipulation, the scams, everything that Gunner and Joker do. We also show them acting like perverts with young people online. And that's why we're against all of that shit. And that's why we have a disclaimer, which Gruhorn put up earlier. So thank you for that, Gruhorn. In which what we do is protect women and children from these type of individuals. So now, if in a live that they're on, we see someone that they hang out with, that's cool with them, doing something stupid, we're going to call it out too. Like I called out your ex-friends for drinking and driving, and I put that short out. We're going to call them out for all of that shit because they're putting people's lives in danger. We're going to call you out if you smack your child. I know you haven't done it, but I'm just talking in general. And this is a general. If you are out there abusing your children and you get caught on tape, it doesn't matter if you're part of the exposed tube, you're going to get called out. Fuck that shit. We are real women and real men and women here. Some of us are parents. Some of us are grandparents. Some of us are young, but we understand that there's shit that we can do and there's shit that we shouldn't be doing online or anywhere. That's pretty much what it is. That's what we do. And we're going to continue exposing them fools every single day, as long as they come up. And we've got new targets coming up as well. I don't agree with the earth being flat. Me neither, bro. But hey, I respect ET. And if ET believes that, and if that's his thought process, hey, man, that's how he sees it. Cool. But I don't see it that way. But that doesn't mean him and I can't continue rocking and putting it down and keeping our foot on these motherfuckers' necks. You know what I mean? So that's an excellent example. It may be funny, but that's true. There are some people that will have a serious problem with someone that doesn't see it that way, but we don't. We have differences, but we can get along. All right. Oh, well, I'm glad, Gruhorn. I'm glad you agree. Machete, much respect, Frank. Everyone in the chat, have a great yeah, you too, man. Have a great day. Enjoy your lunch, Frank. Yeah, hopefully I'll be live soon as well. Machete, likewise. If that's the mission, why ain't y'all called CPS? Because we're not gonna call the authorities. that is something. We're gonna try to work with your fucking sense of ego and pride. Right? And your sense of worth and your sense of integrity. Now, because you should be warned. No, but that doesn't mean that there might not be people outside of the movement that might do it. We're not going to do it. We're just going to put you on blast. But if someone outside the movement does it without our knowledge, we can't control that. But we're not going to call law enforcement. We're just going to put it out there. You see, I ate a whole bag of popcorn. When pigs fly, maggot Janet can ride with one on one of them in your. Yeah, that's right. That's right. As long as you both don't run the spaceship program. Max, hope all is well. That's right. Shankopotamus, Mag. I love the camaraderie. Thank you guys. Thank you. More like shame on me. Yeah, that's pretty much. It was shame on you. That's what it was. It was like shame on you for doing this shit. We're not gonna call the cops on you, but just don't put yourself out there. That's the whole point. That was the whole point. Look, public online shaming had me at the stake. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see what you. Let me see. Fudge. I need to see it since the beginning. Probably. Hey, enjoy your weekend. Hey guys, I'm gonna stop it right here. I'm gonna put an end to it. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go spend the rest of my day chilling. I hope you guys have an excellent rest of this Sunday. Let's see. I believe Timothy McVeigh had helped the U.S. Yeah. I believe so too. I hope you guys have an excellent rest of this Sunday. Shout out to everybody. God bless all of you guys. We have to practice listening. We have to practice being more inviting to people, especially when we have the type of mission that we have. Money calling the cops. Exactly. That's right. That's not our job. That's not what we do. Having said that, guys, much love to everybody that came and supported. Much love to all of you. Have an excellent rest of the day. And until next time, guys, peace.